Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me today. Right, we're back in Pine Valley Zoo, and as you can see, health and safety is not really up to scratch at the moment in the zoo. We have a bear standing here, we have the public standing here. One could easily eat the other, but they're not, because they're very well behaved bears. So today we are going to be working on the bear habitat, and we are going to be working on this habitat for a long time to come, because it's quite big and there's a lot to do. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, and our bears are clearly enjoying it. They're very happy wandering around here. They keep doing this funny bum thing though when they walk down a slope. It's a bit of a graphical bug. I guess it's because it's a bit too steep for them, but I can forgive them that. Oh, look at them having a nice little swim there. So what are we going to do today? I'm going to do some more detailing on the restaurant today and working around this area here. What I'm going to try first is, I was going to do some custom fencing, but you know, custom fencing can be really annoying to do if you want to do it in a particular way, which I did. And that is if you want to do not just a straight fence, but with an angled top. When you then try to do it around a corner, that top then sort of interacts with the top of the next piece along, and it doesn't look very good. So it's really hard to get it to look decent, which is what I was attempting to do. But there we go. So I'm going to have a look at the in-game stuff to see if there is anything relevant that I can use there. For this little bit here at least, I'm just going to try and angle this a little bit. I want it to look good. And what I'll do, because obviously I don't want the fence going right up to the pathway, because that really would be quite dangerous. So I'm going to have a flower bed in here just to make sure there's a good bit of space between the public and the bears. So I'm just having a look here at what I could use. So let's highlight this little bit here and have a look. So I'm guessing it's got to be a, okay, that didn't work straight away. Why isn't that, why is that not changing? Well, this isn't a good start, is it? What's going on there? Can I change one bit at a time? Yes, I can. How bizarre. Okay, so what do we want it to look like? That is the logical one for me because it looks strong. That one looks a little bit weak, but actually I do prefer the look of that one. And I'm not too keen on the electric. Let's go with this one. Now I wonder why it didn't let me change. Well, that's... Ah, okay, so it's this one. Why won't you let me change this one? Can I... Okay. Well, this is odd. Let me move this out and see if it's something to do with the interaction with the building. Yeah, clearly it is. Oh, that's strange. Never mind. I'll just get it as close as I can. As close as I can. Come on. I don't know what that is. I've never had that issue before. It wants to interact. Okay, that's fine. I can work with that. So what do we think? So yeah, I do like that. I think that looks good. I think it probably needs to be higher. No, come this way. So let's look at raising that up to about 3.5. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm not going to worry about putting the top over to the non-climbable stuff. I just don't think it's necessary because we've got escapes turned off. So yeah, I don't see the need for that, so I'm not going to bother. Let's get this bit put up as well. There we go. I'm not sure what I'll do this side. Probably the same, coming over here to somewhere around here would make sense. Actually, let's get that in while we're here, because I'm going to have another habitat here. I'm going to put probably aardvarks or something in here, I think. Now this stuff has gone underground, which I don't want. I wonder how easy it is to change that. Ah, okay, that was good. That was much easier than I suspected it would be. Right, let's bring this. I was hoping I could get that right over to the edge. Hang on, let's get it changed over. Okay, why can't I move that? Oh, okay, I can move it to here somewhere. What does that look like? Well, obviously that looks terrible. And I wonder if that was because this bit is underground still. I wonder if I can highlight that and lift the whole thing up. Why isn't it let me do that? I always have issues. Maybe it's because it's an invisible one. It has to go into the ground like that. Maybe it has. I don't know. Let's just move it back. Let's move it to there. That's fine. Now let's just get that. I don't know why it's doing that at the other end there. It's always very odd, this, trying to move some of these beams. It never seems to quite do what I want. Let's get... No, I just want this beam up to 3.5. There we go. Cool. And then I can look at this end as to how I sort of cap that off. I put some nice big concrete pillar or something in there. Actually, I'm just wondering, that bit of terrain looks a bit funky there, doesn't it? Let's just smooth that off a bit, because I'm not really sure what I'm doing in here yet. Probably a whole load of rocks or foliage or a combination of the two. But there we go. That's a slightly better entrance at least now, isn't it? So I want to have a flower bed along here. Oh no, look, we've got lots of litter being dropped again. Let me just put some benches, some bins in temporarily, just to stop people littering quite so much. There we go. Oh, whoops. Don't like them off the pathway. There we go. That should keep them from dropping their litter for a little while at least. Right, so I wanted to do a flower bed along here of some sort. I don't think I want to build it up with an edge. I think I want to do probably just foliage. This bear needs to be in here somewhere, so I may... I think I'll raise him up on a plinth. Let's have a look. What have we got in here? Statues, no. Fountain pieces, yes. So let's go with... Oh yeah, that looks pretty impressive, doesn't it? Is that too big? That looks a bit more reasonable. Let's shrink that down to there, and let's then bring him up so that he is on it. Yep, that looks good. Do you know what I might do? Because I quite like the look of this, having a bit of stone at the bottom there as well, even though that might get covered up with foliage. Yeah, that looks much better. Nice and high. I like that. That's good. So foliage wise, what I'm thinking along here is to create an edge along this pathway with a bush as a line. So I'm thinking something like this, so that it creates a nice solid edge to discourage anyone from potentially walking across it. So literally just do a whole line of this down the side. And I think what I will do, before I get too carried away, is create a group, a scenery group for these. Oh, there's too many people. Actually, someone did mention that I could limit the number of people in the park, which I've never done before, but actually I think that is probably a very good idea. Once I've just finished this little line of plants, I will look into that, because this is a bit silly, I think. The number of people in this zoo is insane. I think I've just gone a little bit funky with the bushes there, but no, that's fine. And let's bring that all the way around. Like so. Now, can I cap this end off? Something like that. Yeah, let's bring it all the way around here and into there. There we go. And no, still needs, I think it just needs a little bit more in here. There we go. How does that look? Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. It's a nice solid edge. Let's just quickly have a look at our zoo. How do I limit the number of guests? Guests. I wonder. Guests. Can I do it in here? No. Finances, animals, staff, facilities. Total guests. No, I can't see how I do that. Well, I wonder if that's not something that I do in here, whether maybe I do that in the settings instead. What do we think? Guest settings. Limit number of guests. Here we go. Yeah, let's. What have we got at the moment? 2,500. Quite frankly, well, 10,000. Ridiculous. Let's limit it down to 500. So I'm assuming that means it will kick a load of people out. I would hope that's what it means. Sorry for the pause there. I just saw somebody reversing down my driveway. I was just wondering why there's a car on my driveway. I think someone's turning around. It's fine. I'll forgive them. Yeah, sorry about that. Just want to make sure that they don't hit my car. They got very close. Right, let's sorry about that. Let's crack on with some more foliage in here. So I want something with some colour. What I'm thinking is I want to do something a bit different. I want to see if I can. No, actually, I'll tell you what. This this lovely orange. I really like this. I can use this. If I sink this into the ground and use it like a bush, it looks really nice. Obviously, I don't want to ruin the view of the animals, but I do like the look of this. So just a couple of these, I think, in there as bushes rather than trees. Yeah, that looks nice. Cool, okay. Some of this stuff is really good. I'm a big fan of this one. So let's get some of this down over here. Let's kind of fill in this corner a little bit. Like so. Let's get some more in here. Don't mind if some of it sort of pushes its way through into the habitat as well. That's fine. This would be low maintenance. That's the idea of this, is that it's a whole load of shrubs basically. They wouldn't do too much sort of flowers in here. So of course the more flowers you have in a zoo, the more maintenance you're going to have to look after it and keep it looking good. So they wouldn't basically. Not unless they wanted to spend a lot of money on gardeners, like me. That's what I do for a living. I garden. So, how's this looking? Yeah, that looks good. See, you can. It looks nice, but you can still see over it, which is the idea. Let's angle a bit over here, and then let's just find one more plant to fill in these gaps. Actually, a bit of scabious would be nice, wouldn't it? Or scaevola, sorry, not scabious, scaevola. Yeah, just plug in these little gaps here. That looks really nice. It's a nice texture, this one. And a little bit over here. There. You see, that's all you need. It doesn't have to be overly complicated when you do these little shrubbery areas like this. You just got to pick foliage that looks good together. And that looks fine to me. It's filled up, it looks good, and it creates a good barrier, but people can also see through it to get to the animals. So, yeah. That's perfect. Cool. Okay. Right, let's exit that. So our building definitely needs some love, doesn't it? I need a post of some sort coming down on this corner. Probably something quite chunky. Or actually, I wonder if I go with a brick pillar. Oh, hello. What happened there? That was weird. I was in the middle of editing and it suddenly came out. Oh, my keyboard stopped working. Oh, it's not going well this episode, is it? Let's try this again. Right, brick. Do I want a brick pillar coming down on this edge? Let me see what it will look like. Not sure if this is what it needs, to be honest. No, I think it needs a log. Not that one. Yeah. Yeah, I think it needed that. Let's just finish it off down the bottom there. Just it needed a different texture other than the bricks. And actually, I think to finish that off, I reckon yeah, it needs an angled piece as well, I think. Something like this. Not quite like that. Got to try and just get it right so it doesn't poke through at either end. Good, that looks nice. Okay, let's bring that up to there, and then hopefully it'll work like that as well. Oh yeah, that looks better, doesn't it? Looks nice and strong, like it's actually adding a bit of support on. That's good. Right, oh, these people are really getting in my way now. The numbers are going down. We're down to 2,400 now. But that's not going down particularly quick, is it? Right, let's have a look then. I love all these signs. You get all the different leaves and things. Where else? We've got grass as well. There's what is this? A really nice looking grass piece that I like to use. This one here. This thing looks great. So if I can sync this to the right level, I think let's turn that around. Yeah, let's have it overlapping the edge there like that. I think that looks nice. Actually, let's just quickly flip it again. Actually, you can even have them a little bit 3D, so they kind of actually come out as well. I think that looks pretty good. Let's bring another piece in and lower it down here. Maybe push it in, get it behind like that. Yep, that looks good. I think, oops, one more. Oh, that didn't mean to put that on there. There we go. Let's get this one right onto the edge of the picture like that. Then let's get it flipped once more. Let's bring it back this way and down. Not quite like that. Let's get it to there, and then let's get one last piece over here. Like that. Okay, good. Yeah, that looks nice. And we've got these vines. What can I do with these? Quite like them hanging down from the ceiling, actually. That looks kind of cool. I wonder, do I want to overlap it just a little bit? I think. Like that. And then maybe if I can get it turn around. Maybe it's a bit too symmetrical like that, isn't it? I wonder, does it? Yeah, I could kind of go at an angle in the corner here a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And we've got this piece here that is possibly a bit too big. It depends if I can sink it in behind. I can. Yeah, that looks good actually. I like that. It's very hard to not go over the top when you're doing stuff like this. You want it to look filled up, but you don't want it to look crowded. See, that's nice. You've just got a little gap here. I wonder if I can find a leaf that looks good in here. Something. Yeah, it's not really. No, it's not right, that one. It needs to be looking like it's coming up from behind here, I think, doesn't it? Let's try the different types. That's too big. Oh, that's a nice leaf, isn't it? Tell you what, I could do that and then a smaller one. Ooh, I like the texture on that. Like that. Yeah, there we go. I like that. That's a nice bit of decorating on there. Oh, a little graphical bug there. Let me just bring this one out a tiny bit more. There we go. A bit more 3D. Nice. Oh, I really like that. That looks really nice. Obviously, I'll do lighting on all of this at some point as well. Now, I don't mind there being some blank walls, so I might leave that blank. But certainly all of this needs to be hidden in some way. I think the pathway is probably going to come around here actually. Tell you what, let's go back to the habitat barrier. I will fill this little gap in here. I'll put a log of some sort in there. So yeah, so I'm thinking over here I want to move this barrier onto the edge here. And then look at making all of this that same material. Does that go underground there? It does, doesn't it? Why on earth is it put it underground? Tell you what, let's just quickly pause the game and edit this barrier because I don't want it underground like that. So I'm hoping I can. Oh, did that that's just continued building again, didn't it? Right, hang on. Okay, let's get it over to this. Now how do I do this? I think there's an option, isn't there, where you can tell it. Yeah, hang on, flat top and editable bottom, flat top. I think that's what I want, isn't it? To remain constant above ground. Yeah, that looks like what I want. And then I assume that means I can come in and rise this to a better level at some point. So let's bring it up here. So I want it to go up to the edge of the train here. Then I want it to be just invisible there, and then back to this again to come down on the other side here. Now let's just come back in and delete that lot. Okay, hang on, that's in completely the wrong place. I think, yeah. Oh, we're nearly there. Let's bring that to there. Here we go. Good. Okay, that's good. So we've got our fence in. I think that's basically where I want it. I want it to be a decent strip of land up this side where the bears can go and get into the rest of the habitat up there. And down here, and over to there. So I guess I want all of this here. Let's delete. No, let's delete that. Let's bring this across and join that in. I wonder if I can make. Whoops. Yes, here we go. Can I make that piece? No, I can't. Let's just put another one of these in. Let's get that bit over. Now, see where I can move this to. Let's bring it right into this rock here. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. But obviously we want all of this to be higher. I guess. Now I don't know if this is quite going to work if I highlight all of this. Because it's going to move the whole lot at once, isn't it? Which obviously I don't want. I kind of want all of it to be 350. So then I guess I just go back in and move individual pieces. think 350 is a good height. It looks bear-proof then, doesn't it? I still don't know what I'm going to do around the train here. I will think of something to try and make it look like a doorway, maybe. Don't know. Oh wow, these are way low. There may be a quicker way of doing this where you can set a height and it all goes to that height. See, it does snap to adjacent heights. There's so many settings. I'm really not sure about all. Hang on. Sets the height movement tool to increase, decrease at specific values. Okay, no, that's not what I want, is it? I don't know. If you know a quicker way of doing this, please do let me know. Because at the moment, it's quite time consuming to go along and do all of these. Actually, hang on. Are all of these? No, see that. Oh, that down there is wrong. It's all wrong. I'll just do it the slow way. It's fine. We'll get there in the end. Yeah. It'd be nice if there was some sort of setting where you could just say, right, set all of this barrier to 3 meters 50. But I don't think that exists. Look at that. It's not even going to let me do 350. Fine. It can be a little bit too much. Right, I tell you what, this lot is all the same. So actually that I should be able, no, not that end piece. This I can do all at once to 350, and then you've just got that piece at the end there up to 350. Phew, okay. Right, we have our barrier in place. Let me just check their traversable area, make sure I'm not messing anything up. Nope, that is all looking pretty good. Excellent. So the pathway, I think, let's have a look at our pathway. So I want it to come off of here. Actually, no, I don't. Let's change that. I want it to come off of here in 2 ways. So I want it to come like this, and I want it to link here. I love these little triangles that you can create like that. I do that in all my zoos. I think it looks really nice. So then I want the pathway, I guess, to come along here. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to get up this slope or if that's going to be too steep. Let's find out. And kind of see, I think this is that's going to be, yeah, that's too steep for a slope, isn't it? I mean, obviously it technically works, but I think I'm going to have to go with some steps in here. Now let's try, because I don't know how this works. This flatten terrain tool, does this do steps? So what I'm thinking is bring it into there. And do, oh, come on. So what is this then? Is this tunneling? Hang on, let's get the angle snap on. Yeah, see, it wants to tunnel rather than flatten, which is really annoying. I really want it to flatten rather than tunnel, but it doesn't let me. Yeah, there's some serious work needed with the pathing tool in this game, isn't there? I'm sure it's not just me who has issues with it. I mean, this is still going to look nice, I think, but it just gives me more work to do, having to fill in all these gaps. But yeah, this is the idea. I want this to go up here, and then it will snake away from the habitat like that. Then it can flatten off. Now, can I get rid of tunneling anytime soon? Yes, I think. No, hang on. Let's get. Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky to try and match it up with the terrain, because I want it. I want it to start sloping up slowly. See, now it's tunneling again, which I didn't want. See, now I should be able to kind of flatten it off. Yeah, not quite like that, because that looks awful. Hang on, why wouldn't it let me bring that down? I'm trying to flatten that and it's not letting me. Is it because of the angle? No, I can go up, I can't go down for some reason. I have a lot of issues with the pathing in this game. Fine, let's keep tunneling. No, see, now it's letting me go flat. Okay. Are you? You know what I need to do? See, that's just not going to work like that. Do I need to create? Yeah, actually, to be fair, this whole area here is very sloped, isn't it? So I'm not really sure what I'm doing up here yet. But at some point, I do want the pathway to be flat. So I wonder, hang on, if I just increase the length, will it even attempt to connect these? I don't think it's going to, is it? No. Is that because I haven't got... Oh, hang on. Okay, that's... Oh, it's... Blah. It's blah. Yeah, see, that's the problem. It's going to do that. But, yeah, I don't mind that, actually, because that is basically what I'll want it to do. Something like that. It's kind of annoying that we've got this little ridge here. Is that slope too much? Yes, that slope is too much. Okay, I'll tell you what I might do, because that is not very... Yeah, that does not look good. I'm not pleased with that at all. I'm gonna get rid of all of that. I will figure something out off camera, because that is going to be a bit of a pain for me to try and do, and it's not going to be fun for you guys to watch. Because I want to keep these entertaining. I don't want you to just sit here and watch me fail miserably at terrain work and pathing, because that is not fun. Let's just do a little bit more work on this before I finish the episode. I want this building looking a bit better, because at the moment it's still a little bit unfinished. Actually, it's a lot unfinished, let's be honest. I need some good rocks around the base of this. I need them low enough, yep, so they're not showing up there. I don't really want the bears climbing on them, so I'll have to just play around with that. Is that, yeah, that's too high. That's fine. I'll change that in a second. I'll have to put some foliage, I think, in this corner here. Let's just move that one down a bit. Yeah, I'll get some foliage in here to cover up all these little graphical bugs. Let's just finish that off, actually. Let's go with... I kind of need flat ones here, so they're not going to interrupt the bit inside. So let's get a couple of these like that. Just make sure, yep, that's fine. And then let's just smooth off these edges a little bit like this. And then I can get some foliage on there at some point. Let's just check their area. Good, yeah, they can't really walk up there. They can get onto that bit there. So I probably want to just put a little bit of something here to stop them from being able to walk up on top of this. How's that? Oh, where did the bear go? I'm sure there was a bear there a second ago. Okay, yep, that's fine. So they can't walk up on the rocks. That's good. I'm going to need some fencing around here. I feel like... No, do you know what? Actually, I think that looks okay like that. Now that the bears can't get up close, I think it's okay like that. I don't think you need any more fencing or guardrails on there. I think that's going to be fine. Okay, it's looking okay. I mean, there's still obviously there's a lot more detailing to be done. When you get some more trees around and bushes and stuff like that, then the building suddenly comes to life. Get some lighting as well. Get some. I need to do a bit more work on the inside. Get some more trims around the floor. So yeah, there's lots of people using the bins. Probably need more bins inside here actually. Let's get another bin on the corner there. Let's get another bin over here as well. Yeah, bins everywhere because clearly they're going to make a lot of rubbish. Look, we're down to 2,100 people now, so that's promising. We are losing people, which is what we wanted. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to call the episode to an end there. So we're making a bit of progress. It's starting to look a bit more user-friendly over here. So I think next episode I'll do more work around here. I'll try and get this area kind of finished off. Detailing the lake, the pond at the top here, the waterfall, foliage all around the building here and the building itself. I think that will be our next episode. I think that will look nice to get that finished off at least. And then I can come away and start doing detailing around some of these other areas here. And obviously up here, and off camera, like I said, off camera I will have a look at what I want to do with the steps to try and get some decent pathway coming up to the top here. Just yeah, it's a bit of a mystery as to quite how that's going to work, but we shall see. I'll try and do something off camera. Cool. So thank you for joining me. I do hope you've enjoyed the episode. Hopefully next episode we'll get more done. Again, I appreciate not huge amounts has happened in this episode because I had to faff around with the fences. I'll attempt in future to do more stuff like that off camera because I know I completely appreciate that it is not fun to watch me play around with fencing and terrain work and pathways. So I do apologise. I promise I will learn to do more off camera and try and keep the more interesting stuff on camera. But until then, thank you very much for joining me. If you've enjoyed it, please do hit the like button, and hopefully you will join me in the next episode where we will do a lot more detailing around this area here. And I'm going to leave you with a lot of sleeping bears down in our cave. Look at that little bear party going on underground here. Cool. Right, let's leave it there. So thank you very much, and I will see you soon. Goodbye for now.